We are on time, and thank you very much for everyone who joined us today in this webinar series. We'd like to start our discussion about a recent topic about how generative AI revolutionized case management. And we prepared a demonstration and a couple of slides to you just to show that how Eccentex approaching this very exciting opportunity, how we are able to do something new. My name is Tibor, Vass, CMO of Eccentex. I will do this presentation together with my colleagues, Maksim and Gill, who is the Vice President of Products, and he prepared a demonstration where we actually will show how this technology can be applied into the day-to-day business. So without any further ado, I would like to just start my presentation with that slide, which is important to define Eccentex, how Eccentex is today. Probably most of you already know a little bit at least about Eccentex. We are a low-code, no-code platform. And actually in the past, we owned and invented technology that helps the business users to create their own application by leveraging different WYSIWYG builders and designers, which makes the development of any application very easy. But at the recent months, we just aimed to move even from low-code technology to the next generation of business application development, which we called no-code. And we took a big step forward to employ new AI technologies that enables us to create the business application in certain cases, even without having a single code, without needing a single code. And we already deployed a couple of Eccentex AI application that can help the business users to adopt some new functionalities, which actually works based on a single click. And we will see some demonstration from Max about that new features. So all applications, what we are building, will be equipped with the new AI technologies embedded. It helps the customers and the business users to search, analyze, or even reply to certain cases, and even to invent a new solution by a single click. So this low-code technology is extremely important, especially in the near future, because as we learned from George F. Colony, from a CEO of Forrester, who recently presented a very interesting, bold statement in the Innovation Technology Conference by saying the most popular programming language of the future will be English. This is a very bold, but most probably a valid statement. And Eccentex is adapting the development and the technological roadmap accordingly. And our aim is high. So we'd like to help the business users to apply and deploy technology and business application based on no-code application about 60% of the time, and using as an additional low-code platform technology to augment the solution or make the solution more tailored by 30%, 35% of the time, and only need 5% or so just to use a deep code when further customization or some specific application interfaces need to be developed. So that's our aim. We know that this is very challenging. This is very high, but this is the roadmap what we'd like to follow in the next couple of years. And very importantly, we came up with a new offer called Hyperautomation Cloud, based on the redefined terms of hyperautomation, which was originally defined by Gartner in 2020, and was called as the #1 trend in the strategic business technology at that time, and it's still valid. And our definition is close to, but a little bit more than the Gartner defined at that time, because we do believe that hyperautomation is definitely not just RPA and adding an AI capability to the robotic process automation features. It's more like an orchestrated use of multiple technologies, tools, and platforms together, such as AI, such as machine learning, event-driven software architecture, and even business process management, operational CRM, knowledge bases, automations in any way. That all together define the new way how hyperautomation can deliver. And we are serious about to execute this. And our first step was a couple of months ago, we successfully trademarked hyper-automation as a service. So we own this new business category. And we would like to make the business users' life even more easier, not just simply allowing to use our platform, which helps them to create, deploy, and even design new business applications, which is all embedded with some AI features, but we're actually able to operate that on behalf of them. Our aim is to deliver their customer experiences on behalf of our customers to their end users by using the technological platform we have and adding a service on top of that, which including operational and maintenance and also the application development services. That's why we invented and deployed this hyper-automation as a service, as a concept, which is available for those companies who would like to leverage the IT operation through us. How it works together, because those ones who are following us may already notice that we launched 2 new platforms, 2 new domains, the Eccentex AI and the Eccentex.io on the top of the Eccentex.com, which is our traditional platform. And why we did it? Because we are segmenting our services in 3 different strategic categories. So the most important is Eccentex.com is responsible for all services and applications and the platform which operates as a core of the hyper-automation concept. And the professional services part of our business is running the integration, deployment, configuration services, and also exposing all these open AI connectivities through the Eccentex.io domain. And our Eccentex.ai domain is collecting and offering all CloudOps and AI operations services, which included in our portfolio. And we would like to deliver all these services together in a highly orchestrated and integrated way. And the hyper-automation cloud as a concept contains the software, the related services, and also the old AI features which is attached to it. I know this is maybe too busy, but I would like to just highlight the platform and the capabilities, what we developed so far. And as you can see on the middle, still the Eccentex app-based platform is the core of the offer, which enables the customers to create, deploy, and operate their business applications, and also enables us to store those business applications we already developed and offer that as a core application, such as the email automation, the dynamic case management, the knowledge management, help desk, and all these applications, which is horizontal by nature and enables the business users to deploy it even in vertical use cases. On the left side, that's the new innovative platform we created through Eccentex AI, which is nothing else, just a federation of different third-party and or in-house AI, what we developed, because we do believe that we don't want to even compete or go against any best-of-breed AI services which is available on the market, but we would like to use all of them, integrate and orchestrate them together and expose it as one single service to our customers. So that's why we created our personification of our AI. We called it Eccentex Sky. This is a kind of interface where the customers can leverage the different third-party AIs together with our AI capabilities in an orchestrated way, without having considerations about the different background integrations which needed. Why we are doing this? Because a certain AIs, what you can leverage from the market, have different core capabilities, different strengths, and we are just selecting the best of breed AI capabilities, put them together and expose it as one consolidated service towards our customers. On the right side, Eccentex.io, this is the open API gateway, which is responsible to integrate our platform with every single CX ecosystem components, such as contact centers, third-party 3M, workflow, databases, knowledge bases, whatever needed to provide the CX. Why we are doing that? Because we do believe that the customer experiences exist on a level of an ecosystem. Nobody in the market can deliver these experiences alone. We need to work together. We need to orchestrate these capabilities. That's why we opened up our platform and enables the third-party integration. We are strongly believe that customer 360 desktop, which sits in the middle of the experience, which enables the agent with a consolidated view about the customers, it's very important, and it's need a lot of integration as the data components, which mandatory to serve the customers during your journey. It lays in different systems and need to be even real time pulled together and integrated and displayed in an intuitive way on the desktop. So without any further ado, I would like to go to the last slides of mine, introducing Eccentex AI, which is a new platform component which enables our customers to engage, automate, and empower their customers and their agents with our AI capabilities. And in the next couple of minutes, we will see a demonstration from Max about how we actually deployed many of these capabilities. As the time is limited, we decided just to present not all of them, but just almost half of them in this solution demonstration. But you will see some great examples how we are applying our capabilities to enhance a real-life use case, and how we are able to provide the customers and agent experience in the next level by using our AI capabilities. So I would like to hand over the screen to Max to do the live demo. So Max, I stop sharing my screen and you can take over. Hey, Max.
Hi. Can you guys give me just a few minutes? I'm just, my internet just went out all of a sudden.
Oh,
and I need a few minutes to restart it. Give me a few minutes. Apologies.
No worries. I'm just going back and speak about our AI services until Max is restoring its internet connection. So the AI services, what we developed is all based on a real customer needs and real life use cases. We not developed the AI services from a central, let's say, inside out approach, but we took some external AI use cases which needs and need to be deployed by customers based on their real life scenarios. So many customers who contacted with us just struggled hard to, for example, maintain a large amount of emails, which all need to be answered in a hyper-personalized manner. So that's why we developed the solutions which enables them to decrease the time what needed for a sophisticated and adequate answer from 8-10 minutes to even to 40-45 seconds or so. So we also took the same AI capabilities, for example, to identify and mask out some PII, personal identifiable information from an email, which should not be displayed in front of an agent, but still need to be captured and need to be post-processed, but in a secured way. We'd like to allow the agents to able to automatically classify each and every incoming interactions without even following a script or further engage with the customers. We are able to get the priority based on the free text, what the case or an email contains. We are able to assign the priority. We are able to dynamically search from the various databases, from different knowledge bases, and assign immediately the best possible answer, the best possible response to an incoming case automatically. We also very concerned about that, how we can help our customers to able to assign a different business rules, which sometimes could be complex and complicated to a certain case. It's just to make sure that nothing will be forgotten, everything will be performed on time, and every single, let's say, customers will get their answer or their service on time as it was promised before. So we also figured out how we are able to automatically create cases directly from an email, which makes the agent's life and the customers' lives easier, because they not need to be, let's say, translate what it is in the email. We are able to pick up the most important parameters for the email automatically and able to create a case without even a human touch, which still can be, let's say, overseen by the agent and modify as needed. We are also able to do sentiment analysis both on emails and any kind of written media, and also the transcript if it's go through on a concierge bot and so on. So I wouldn't like to introduce more details because Max will do the demo. Max, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, no worries. That's technology is always doing this kind of thing. So I'm stop sharing and you can take over the screen.
Yes. Perhaps we should. So, does everyone see my screen?
Yes, I do.
I hope the right one here with the email. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, I want to kind of discuss the various concepts that we have around AI. So we're gonna let me just refresh here for a second. So the idea behind our case management system is that everything here is treated as a case. So this is an example of how a case management system would look like inside of a contact center, Genesis in this case, but it can be pretty much any contact center, or it can completely stand alone. Usually I like to start off with email cases because they provide a good introduction into natural language processing AI and other various capabilities. So let me just take you through this little analysis here, but here an email customer sent an email to a customer service help desk, and it has essentially converted this email into a case. And this is important because this case then lives throughout the entire customer journey life cycle. So as there's back and forth between the customer and the agent, or chatbots, or whatever other channels that the customer chooses to interact in resolving their problems, it's all recorded in one case. And this provides a lot more AI machine learning capabilities rather than just a transactional conversation. So everything is connected, and you can figure out, down the line how everything was resolved. So here we have an email customer sent a couple of questions here. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get off from a Samsung to an iPhone. They have a couple of questions about it that are around here, and they sent in some other information. They want to order the phone, a bunch of things right here. So pretty complex email here with what's happening. So the first thing that we do with our AI, and we use a number of engines for this, we pick and choose the best that's available to us. Although our primary go-to AI engine that most of the stuff is built with is using Azure AI. And one of the reasons for that is because our Eccentex cloud is primarily powered by Microsoft Azure, and for various security enterprise use cases, Azure remains to be one of the best platforms for our purposes, and they provide a lot of AI capabilities with us. And so we're analyzing a bunch of stuff here. So we're extracting product names. This is important for routing. We can then route this information to the right product team. We can identify things like the urgency and the language of this. So this is all done in real time. So the urgency is high because they wanted to get the phone by July 17th. It's already past that, so this is clearly a problem. Language here, we can translate to over 100 different languages, and we're not translating just sentence by sentence like a normal Google Translate would work. We're actually using a neural network through an LLM, which would also be able to translate the meaning of the system as well. So not just, again, sentence by sentence, but if there's a deeper meaning behind this, there's nuances in the language, it will all translate this correctly. And we can do that a bit later here. Summary of either the question that the customer has requested or the entire conversation. So as you can see, as the conversation expands, more and more topics can be covered. For example, you may be asking originally about, how do I do these technical things, but then you may end up asking about billing questions or, a previous case. And so all this can be summarized here so the agent can quickly see what's going on. Things like sentiment are clearly important, so angry, unhappy, positive. And again, not just is this positive, negative, or neutral, but also providing percent, in this case, completely neutral, but providing additional percents here, which can then later be used for fine-tuning AI. And then topics and tags detection. So the system can automatically generate you a list of tags. These tags are predefined, so you can either predefine them yourselves, or what we can do is we can run our AI engine through all of your previous, hundreds of thousands of cases and provide you a list of 200, 300 topics that are relevant, that are common across these types of cases, emails. So we're able to actually provide you these categorizations, which then will help you even better understand what type of topics these emails are about without having to predefine them yourselves. So a lot of these utilities we provide out of the platform we have here so that you can simplify your lives. You don't have to spend a lot of professional services time figuring out and doing a lot of analysis. We do a lot of that for you through AI. And then come these, what I call the color-coded items. And these are specific to your use case. So here it's called entity extraction. And this uses AI and through an LLM to identify these items that are important to you. So for this use case, it was important to understand who the people were, contact information, addresses, organizations involved, events, products. All these things are highlighted here based on the use case. But if I were talking about a different type of use case, like let's say I'm a car dealership or warranty service, I may want to start taking out like VIN numbers, car models, and other car features. If I was a hospital or a healthcare company, I'd be pulling out I'd be asking here information like symptoms and medications. So this is all configurable within our product, and uses a very powerful engine to do it. And we're not using, again, if you're talking about extracting account numbers, you can say, I want an account number with this type of pattern. But otherwise, you can say, give me a list of all the people mentioned, and it uses a large language model, essentially GPT-4, to then understand who they're talking about and picking out these people. Okay, so and then a couple of other cool features around this all AI, things like PII detection and redaction. So this is our ability to extract things like credit card numbers, passport numbers, social security numbers, even go further down and extract things like people's age, their symptoms. We can kind of go down here, but in this use case, this person has sent over the credit card number, and before it actually got to the agent or the user, we were able to redact all this information. And this can then be either completely redacted from all records on the system, or can be simply redacted from agents. And if they want to see it, or a supervisor wants to see it, they would need to click on a button somewhere here and approve this, and it'll get recorded that they were seeing private information. Okay. Going forward, we also, all these tags that we talked about, as the case expands, we're constantly including more. So as the conversation expands back and forth, we're able to get more of these topics. And then because of this, we keep adding to it. And then lastly, simply from the agent view here, is the smart knowledge base capability. So for those of you who don't know, we have a built-in knowledge base system that is part of our product. It's a special add-on. And it's a full-blown knowledge-based system, very powerful, used for enterprise use cases a lot. And we have a smart context-centric search of everything that is, relevant to the case. So while it can be used like a simple Wikipedia where a user can search for content or links, that's an obvious use case. But its more relevant use case is the ability to highlight or suggest articles are actually relevant to the use case. So we take things like the topic, what the case is about. The case can be from, information about this can be either from the case's specific information. So if it's a fraud investigation case, it will be, what the fraud is about, various descriptions about the fraud, whatever it is, or in this email use case, it'll do an understanding of what the questions are about, and it'll start suggesting articles semantically what are most relevant, but not just semantically. What's important here is that because we have a lot of other information here, we have things like the language, we have things like we know about the customer that emailed them, we know who they are, we know their priority level, they know where we live, we know their previous product. So we're not going to be we're not going to be suggesting, warranty centers that are in Florida if they live in California. We know where the customer is, even if they didn't mention the case. So we're able to contextually feed this information to the search engine, and it will provide this information here that's very relevant. Okay. That's the concept of smart replies here. So let me just, do here, we have the ability to automatically generate a response to a customer's question. So we have a whole template system, snippet system, all that is, part of any email help desk system. We're able actually to generate a response to the customer. So the agent can write, some instructions of what they want to tell the customer. So in this situation, we want to tell the customer, essentially how to do what they want to do here. And it will generate your response fairly quickly. So here we have generates you, hi Pat, and essentially goes through all the questions that they've asked here and answer them for you. I can change this prompt up. I can say, also include this FedEx number or ask for additional information. All that can be done here, and it will automatically generate these responses. The agent can then go ahead and make some changes as necessary. It's also possible to configure the system so that they would, that whatever the agent or user response to this customer's request, it can also go through its own AI engine. So for example, if the agent, for some reason starts swearing or becomes rude, or there are other issues here, this can all be detected before it's actually being sent. Similarly, because of the neural network capabilities of translating things, it's also possible within our product for the agent to respond in the language that they prefer, and then for a system to generate the language-specific response as well. Okay, so a lot of NLP type of NLU, natural language understanding, natural language processing type of capabilities within our product for simple inquiries, chatbots, things like that. The product also comes with its own CRM system. So we have a full-blown ServiceCentric Operational CRM capability within our product. So it's all configurable through our system and integrates with other core systems. So if you want to bring in data about the customer from your other core systems, such as SAP or Salesforce or IBM, whatever it is, it's all possible to do that and mash all that information up in one screen. So since the topic of this discussion is primarily around artificial intelligence, I'm going to focus on all of that for now. So we have, this is a use case for, let's say, Costco. You can see here, and we can see things like all the previous orders here. We're able to detect, this is kind of an overview skip, but to detect what the customer may be calling about. So if the customer is able to see, they're calling about it, the agent's able to see right away highlighted things that are probably important for the agent to know before they even pick up the call. So we know that the person may be calling about an email that the customer sent a bit earlier or a late delivery that has happened. So again, using artificial intelligence, we're able to highlight things or surface information that is very relevant to the customer journey here, predicting what they're talking about ahead of time and trying to get the agent acquainted with the situation so that everything is done faster and more smoothly and that the customer feels more personalized, that actually someone knows what the problem is. Another part of AI right here is the ability to use all sorts of information we have about the customer and all their previous inquiries or cases, whatever happens, to provide maybe offers or next best actions. And these are, in this situation, because I kind of made this more into a sales use case, we have here offers. So we know what the person has purchased because we integrate with whatever core systems that the customer may have. We also know all their previous email inquiries. We know the topics they talk about. We know how the previous case was resolved. So if a customer has filed a complaint against, about internet speed in a travel that they recently had, then we can make sure that we don't offer that type of service again, or whatever else we can kind of machine learn off all of these previous interactions with the customer, as long as demographic research as well. So we know that, let's say this person's a gold member. We know that they joined for this many years, and their spend for this year is this, which is a quarter, less than a quarter of what they typically spend a year on all of this. So we're able to then start providing, let's say, offers that are more relevant. We can say, that they recently bought a TV, so and typically they're the type of person that would be willing to buy this type of extra plan protection for their TV or a second membership because we know that they have a spouse that may also want a membership card or something like that. So we can provide these personalized type of offers, again, based on the fact that we have all this information all consolidated in one place, and we can use the machine learning capabilities to predict all these things. So how was all this built? So this all kind of looks almost, tailored to a specific use case. And that actually is the case. I mean, behind all of this is a very powerful low-code platform for case management and for operational CRM that we built so that all of this is configured relatively quickly. So if we go into, let's say, the various setups of how all of this is done, then we can see that we can design, let's say, our customer. So our customer's information here is all modeled very nicely, similar to any type of case we want to do. It's a fraud investigation case, would have its own data models and workflows and things like that. And so you can model this entire database or your model of your customer, and this information doesn't have to all live in our system. You can just model it as though it does. And then there's, various ways to make sure that the data is either synchronized with our system or that we call core systems to get that data as needed. But you can design all this here. And then because it's all designed here, it makes AI use case and machine learning cases much more easier. So we can just assume it's all here. The AI results can easily be shown anywhere around the system. So we can have, let's say here, the Eccentex AI widget that you saw for the offers is, we drag and drop it over here, configure somewhere around the product. We have workflows, we have all sorts of rule builders that can use all these AI extraction methods. So for example, if we could give it, here's a simple AI triage rule builder that we have here. So let's say an email comes in or a case with specific information comes in, and we say that the language code is English, the sentiment is negative, or the partner or customer is in some sort of network true. So by designing this type of condition, we can say, what do we want to do? We can say that we want to increase the case's priority because of this AI stuff. We want to send a special type of acknowledgement, not just a normal acknowledgement, but a VIP acknowledgement here. And we want to assign a case to a VIP team. So again, using things like sentiment, language codes, or other types of indicators, predictions about the case or the customer, we can then use and configure here very easily.
Max, I just would like to add very important things which need to be highlighted. So this is a great example showing that the AI analytics capabilities is directly integrated with the rule engine. So whatever the AI defined and find in the text or in the analytics phase, it can trigger an action on the rule engine, and it's integrated all together in that system, right?
Yep, absolutely. And this is one of the things that is always question about AI in general is the AI boom has provided a lot of these capabilities, but there's always question about it. Well, how do you actually use it in the real world?
Yeah.
And of course, you can integrate ChatGPT and have it create knowledge base articles for you, but you might as well just go into ChatGPT, write what you want and copy paste it into your knowledge base. It doesn't really provide value. The value that we provide is because all this information about the customer, the cases, the context of your system, the rules that you currently have are all in one place. The stuff we generate for you, the rules we generate, the the UI, the machine learning, it's all based on this contextual data that we currently have. And so this provides actual use cases that are important for you rather than just copy pasting things between different systems. So we can very easily kind of transition now to the newest, coolest features we have, which is around the what we call the solution inventor capability of actually using a narrative to build a system like ours. So as you saw, there's all sorts of configurators and page builders and workflow builders throughout our system, but this just takes a bit of work to configure. So what we've done here is we've created the ability for a customer or a user, administrator, to explain what their case management system looks like. What is it? And you can, since you write up to 20 pages of text here, copy paste an RFP, whatever you want, but you can describe it here and you can see the results. So here I say, I want to create a complaints case management system for clothing retailer. And it would generate you a number of case types. So I just asked it to generate one for now, but it says, generate you a product quality complaint case type. The workflow that's in our system, explanation, what everything is, the various resolution codes, the form fields, which will then create the data model, the forms that are necessary to initiate this type of case type, the people involved, so the complainant, the case manager, the product quality investigator. This will create all sorts of operational CRM data models and forms and search screens and reports and all that for you. And then the various reports that may be involved in all this thing. So create you the complaint summary list of all the complaints that have been happening, the product categories that they're related to, what customers maybe are having the highest amount of complaints or what categories they're in. So you kind of create these reports right here based on these types of case types, as long as a bunch of other things throughout our systems, like the email templates that may be involved in this. So these are automatically then attached to the workflows here. So generate, let's say, a complaint receipt type of e-letter template. Will automatically attach that event to the milestone here, so that when a case created, that letter template automatically be sent. So this gets you pretty far ahead. So this doesn't generate you an application you can just go put into production, usually not, unless you're in a very simple business, but it will get you there very closely. It will provide you a good starting point. It will provide all the interfaces for you, all the data models, everything you may need to at least get started and start prototyping. And you can start playing around. You can start explaining your use case more, explain it differently, have it change some things around so it actually fits your use case. And once that's done, you can just click. I hit the button here in the demo because people keep pressing and I have a bunch of case types. But in general, you have a button here that says create the entities, and this will actually create all this in our system. And then you can go through the various builders here and start adjusting them as needed. So a lot of AI stuff. We have a lot of things on our roadmap as well around advanced document processing, around understanding more of the language that is occurring, labeling texts, and other machine learning capabilities are just pretty much going to be the core focus of our product going forward. Everything is going to be AI enabled, and we're eager to work with many customers on specific use cases you may have. So what we've done is we've done a lot of work about integrating these products, these AI capabilities into our product, but we kept it flexible. So if you have a specific use case that you may want, feel free to reach out. More than likely, we're able to configure it to do all of that for you. And there's 5 minutes left. I'm going to hand it over to Tibor.
Thank you, Max. Absolutely, it's gorgeous. So I'm always learning, even if I already seen this presentation a couple of times. But this is really great because this new AI features is adding to our system almost in a weekly basis. Do you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the way how you can engage us. And if you have any question, please feel free to send it either to our email or just visit our website and send your questions through that. Or you can directly call our sales team. You can watch demo. You can follow us on LinkedIn. Even ask a question through LinkedIn or directly from me or Max. And please visit our website and try to think about that, how these use cases, what Max is just showed, how these capabilities can be applied in your business. And even if you start small, just enable these capabilities and start automating something which is process related, you can see an enormous amount of savings in time and effort within a very short time without doing any activity which risking the operation of the system or just needs a massive IT investment. So these use cases are able to be added to your existing system. So do not worry if you have some legacy systems or if you have any kind of old application which must remain in the service. We are more than happy to integrate with all of them. We are not encourage you to replace your CRM, BPM, or any other solutions, because we do believe that the orchestration and the integration of the existing platforms is also important to provide the customer and the agent experiences together. What we are offering is more like a help to move either from your premise solutions to the cloud or reintegrate those solutions in the cloud or adding new features to your system. So many customers of us are selecting some business critical use cases, apply our system, then when the system is proved itself, they are growing by adding new processes and applications as they go. So this is not a giga mega platform you need to buy first, then apply everything in the same way. You can feel free to start with one or two use cases, then grow from there. And also this new AI capabilities, if you think about that, how it can be applied in your day-to-day practice, can be used also on the front office and the back office side, and also on the customers and the agent side equally. And one additional capabilities we are really proud of, we are able to integrate it inside in a Genesis desktop, in a contact center desktop, which is kind of unique for us. Because if you think about that, any other CRM, BPM workflow vendors, they are always wanted to keep their own desktop, and they are not really allow you to put anything inside in their own in other third-party omnichannel desktop. But for us, it's not an issue. We can place our solution inside in the dynamic iframe, which means that you are able to use it without changing the customer or the agent desktop, without even changing your applications. We are able to be embedded. Consider us more like an ecosystem and orchestration play. And of course, we are more than happy to provide further information. So thank you for watching this webinar, and I'm hope that you have some questions, and we are happy to answer that. Please feel free to connect us, watch demo, or ask more questions. I will make sure that all of you will receive the recording of this webinar and also the presentation slides. And I also will attach a demo link to that, which showing that how you can actually leverage these capabilities in the real life. Thank you so much. Thank you, Max, for presenting this. Thank you for your participation. And I hope we'll see you next time when we go even further in these use cases. Thank you. Have a nice day.